All right, so listen, I'm excited, right? Because it's time for what do you say, J and K?
What do you say, J and K?
I love that. I love that. So I get to pick one of these questions from our viewers that's asking us.
Yeah, man, I love this part because it makes us feel like we're closer and listening to what our viewers have to say. So let's get into it, man.
All right, so let me pick one of these questions here, and let's check it out. All right, so this question is a message that came to us from Instagram. All right, it says, "I'm a black woman. Proud of the black women out there right now." She says that she's a senior executive, and I recently joined a financial firm in Boston, right? Oh, is she rooting for Jason and the Celtics? I don't know. I guess she is.
Up in Beantown.
Yeah, exactly. I'm used to not seeing other black managers, but this place represents a new low for me. All right. Now, should I seek out the head of diversity and voice my opinion about the lack of representation, or mind my damn business? She said damn, but should mind my business and just collect these paychecks? All right, now you're the big businessman, Kay. What do you say, my brother? What do you say?
Wow. So I'm usually, full disclosure, it's sometimes on the outside of the majority of this, the way that people think, right? I think it's easy-ish to say there's a lack of representation or there's not enough of us. But then when I sometimes counter that with the question of, well, how many of us should be there? How many should be there, regardless of what group it is? You can't get an answer. So I would say to her, have some data to support your claim. It may be truthful in terms of no one's in other words, if you say you don't see many of us, I'm assuming she means other black folks, if you don't see many of us in that workspace, wherever it is she's working, I agree. I'm not questioning that. But the idea that you would go to the head of diversity and say there's not enough, I think you may want to be able to say or have an idea of what that number should be. Is it 1 for 1? Is it 1 out of every 3? Is it 1 out of every 4? Have that conversation maybe with diversity. Maybe they have those stats and some of those statistics to be able to speak intelligently about it. You might be surprised. They may come back and say, hey, per ratio, we're ahead, we're above. But be responsible about it. I don't necessarily, you're a senior executive, so one could say you've got a little bit of responsibility. You're in a position to impact and maybe have some influence. So I don't think there's anything wrong with having the conversation, but do it responsibly. Don't run in there angry, half-cocked or anything. Have a good substantive conversation. Find out what the data supports, and then calculate your next move from that. I see the look on your face. I think you're about to fry this answer that I just gave. So let me hear it. Soul brother number 1.
No, I'm not about to try to fry nobody. It's your opinion. What we be talking about the whole show? I respect everybody's opinion.
You respect it, but it doesn't mean you ain't gonna try to deep fry me.
No, I would not try. Okay. It has nothing to do with you. It has to do with this young black woman.
What you got?
Doing her thing. I'm just really not a nice guy, and I don't care. I'm not. Listen, peeps. I'm good people. I just don't care that much about people. Don't get me wrong. You know I'm a good guy, bro. Now, when I say I don't care about people, I don't care about people that I don't know. All right? I care and I love people I know. I don't really care about this. I don't really care about that. Okay? I care about the person's character. Listen, I have many friends, all ethnicities, all, religions, political beliefs, all that stuff. I don't really care about that. But I care about the people that I care about, and I care about the people that I know. And for her, I want her to care about her family, all right? Her friends, I'm sure, she's being a senior executive, right? I'm sure she's pulling in some nice bread, and I'm sure I don't know if she's married, I don't know anything, but I'm sure she probably has a family, and they count on her, and they count on that paycheck. I don't want her ruffling feathers in her business, right? Because, as you know, you're a businessman. You know that if people don't like what you say, right, and you could be doing something so innocent about going up and backing your fellow black people and workers and trying to make it more fair. And I get you. That's very noble of her, right? Noble of people who want to do that. But you don't want to do that in detriment to your possible employment and, saying, why is she bringing this up? You know what? Let's get her ass out of here. I don't know why she's bringing up she wants more black people. Don't worry about what we're doing. We're doing what we're doing. And now she's speaking up. You know what? Let's just put something against her. Let's get her ass up on out of here, right? It's almost like when I see a couple fighting in the street. Why am I going to go stick my nose into something that's not directed at me? And now I'm shot in the head, and now my wife is now widowed, and my children don't have a father, right? It's the same thing kind of here.
Oh my
the
God.
same thing kind of here. Why are you sticking your nose into this business? Because you're sticking up for some strangers, and not strangers, they're fellow black people. That's why I'm saying it doesn't matter. I just wouldn't put myself in any harm's way in terms of losing my job. That's me.
So let me pull your coattail on something.
Yes, sir.
So one of the things that she mentioned in the letter, which was a kind of a signal for me, she said the head of diversity. Mm-hmm. So if she's in a company that has someone that holds the position as a head of diversity, is a signal to me that the company she works for already has this idea of being aligned with whatever that strategy is, right? Mm-hmm. But that goes across multiple areas. Mm-hmm. Diversity is not just black folks. Mm-hmm. It's veterans. Mm-hmm. It's those with disabilities. Mm-hmm. It's Asian Pacific.
Right.
It's tons of folks. So that is, on some level, creates a safe-ish space to have that conversation, which is the reason why I said before, don't go in there half-cocked, angry. If she is, she said senior executive. I don't know how high up the food chain, up the org chart she is.
You don't have to even go in there.
Well, hold on.
With that attitude.
No, she shouldn't have to go in there with that attitude. But there is if she's at the governance level, right, she should be asking that question.
But right? People get in trouble for asking simple questions with no attitude, right?
Right.
And they lose their job.
Right. Absolutely. Okay. I'm not. Yeah. No,
okay.
No. Absolutely.
Okay.
Which is the reason why I'm saying I think it's all in the messaging and framing it. Listen, she's asking J&K, so I would say you want to have that question. You want to have that question for her. Why don't you frame it not just with one singular group of people, but across the board. Use that as an entree to go into that conversation. Let me understand the diversity strategy as a company. What does that look like? And then use that as a platform to then maybe get involved in having discussions specifically around certain groups. If it's black folks, right, that you want to find out more about, their hiring practices, their developmental tracks, then do that. But I would say, again, watch your tone about, going in there, swinging and yelling and, banging the table, or speaking specifically about one particular
Why do you think
group.
she's going to go in there and be like, because she's a black woman?
No, I'm not saying.
So why would you even think she's going to go in that way?
I don't know if I thought that, but maybe some of my bias is showing out.
Subconscious.
Yeah, maybe some of my bias is showing out. I thought I was just saying it from a cautionary standpoint. But I might have some bias there.
Oh, you do. You do.
Is that I do?
Yeah, you do. You do. Listen.
Was that unconscious bias?
Yeah, it's unconscious bias and stuff like that. Thinking the black woman going there screaming and hollering and hooting. Just because she's black, she ain't gonna do that, bro.
No, you're right.
You know what I'm saying?
You're right. You're right. And I'm thank you for checking me on that.
Oh yeah, well, anytime. That's my job.
I thought I was just saying it like, yes, go say something. However, watch your tone and how you say it, right?
Okay.
That's all we're saying. But you're right. There could be some undertones on my part suggesting that maybe she was going to go in there talking out of her neck and all that other stuff. Okay. Like, you're right. You're absolutely right.
Well, listen. Do me a favor. Don't say nothing. Just worry about yourself and your family. I need you to keep your job as long as you possibly can. help out your people. I need her to help out her people, whether her family members, her friends, black, white, Asian, whatever, and stuff like that. And she could speak. I don't have a problem with her saying something, but I've been in situations, I'm sure you probably have too, where I've said something very nicely and it's gotten me fired and got in trouble just because I spoke my piece. So I've learned in my old age, keep your mouth shut sometimes. It'll serve you better in the end.
Copy that. And on that note,
we are out of here. All right. We had so much fun, right?
No doubt.
J&K show. We'll be back, of course, next week with some more hot topics and more relationship and business questions and things like that. I loved it, man. We had a good time. All right. So we'll be back, all right, next week on the J&K show. I'm your man, J. Rob. My man, KO in the house.
Yo.
All right. We'll see you next week. Until then, be safe and be good. All right. See y'all next time. Peace. Thanks for watching the J&K show.